All right, Mark, it is 10 o'clock on the dot.
We can get started.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everyone to April's CTST meeting. Melissa, if you want to start out with the introduction on that list.
Yep, sure thing. All right, so hello everybody. I am Melissa Shepard with JMT, a District 7 safety consultant. And I'll just go down the list here alphabetically, hopefully alphabetically. All right, Basset Ali.
Hi, my name is Basit Ali. I'm a transportation engineer from Kimley Horn.
Thank you. Brandy Howard.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Brandy Howard, Executive Director of Sunco Safety Council, the DUI program in Pinellas County.
Thank you. Ashley.
Hey, good morning. My name is Ashley Kaysen, Program Manager for Outreach for the community. I work in D7 Safety Office.
Thank you. All right, Cheryl Stacks. Cheryl.
Oh, Joe, sorry. Joe Camaro, Pinellas County School of Safety and Transportation.
Thanks, Joe. All right, I see Cheryl is on. Maybe she's having mic issues. All right, we'll come back to her. Raymond Dresch.
Yes, good morning with the City of Clearwater.
Thank you. Mark Easty.
Dr. Mark Easty, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office and Sheriff for Pinellas CTST.
Thank you. Peter Shu.
Peter Shu, DOT Candyman.
Thank you. Richard Entrante.
Hi, Rich Interante with Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. I'm in Grants Administration.
Thank you. All right, Jill Cox.
Good morning, Jill Cox with St. Petersburg Police Department.
Thank you. Jim Hartwell.
Good morning, Jim Hartwell, Element Engineering, D7 Safety Prime.
Thank you, sir. Jim Reiser.
Good morning, everyone. Gresham Smith Engineering, D7 Safety Prime.
Thank you. Blaine Loring.
Let's see. Deputy Blaine Loring, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, also Vice Chair, Pinellas CTST.
Thank you. David Lutz.
David Lutz, City of Clearwater, Traffic Engineering Manager.
Thank you. Mashid.
Good morning, Mashid Arasti, American Quality Consultants and FDOT Safety Ambassador.
Thank you. Ted Mellis.
Ted Mellis, City of Clearwater Traffic Signal Supervisor.
Thank you, sir. Dan Negersmith.
Dan Negersmith, Sergeant, City of Clearwater Police Department.
Thank you, sir. Lori Paleo.
Everyone, Lori Paleo, JMT.
All right, Miss Joan Rice.
Hi, Joan Rice, Pinellas County Public Works.
Thank you. John.
Good morning, John Riemann, Pinellas County Public Works.
Thanks, John. Sarah.
Good morning, Sarah Linares, Way Engineering, Transportation Planner.
Thank you very much. And then we have Charles David Stevenson.
Oh, hi, yeah. Charles Stevenson, City of Clearwater Traffic Operations, Signs and Markings Division Supervisor.
Thank you.
Hi, Modesto Gonzalez, Traffic Engineering Assistant, City of Clearwater.
Okay, thank you. All right, and then we have Autumn Westerman.
Hi, Autumn Westerman, Pinellas County Schools Transportation Department.
Thank you. And Isabel.
Good morning, Isabel Zuluaga with FDOT District 7 Safety Office.
Thank you. And then I see a couple more folks jumped in. We have Jacob Johnson.
Jacob Johnson, City of Clearwater Traffic Analyst.
Thank you. And then is there anyone else that I have not called your name out, but you are on the line?
Hi, Melissa. It's Brenton. I joined a little bit late. Brenton Mosier, USF Cutter.
Thank you much, Brenton. All right, anyone else?
Anna Holland, City of Clearwater Traffic Engineer.
Awesome, thank you. All All right, last call. If I did not call your name, please feel free to introduce yourself to the group.
It's Jill Cox. My computer system just went down, so I will be on by phone.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, Mark, I think that covers everybody. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so we'll start out with the approval of the March meeting minutes. Melissa sent that out. So I'll need someone to vote for approval for it and someone to second it.
I approve, Mark.
Thank you, sir. Someone to second it.
I'll second.
Thank you. All right, we will move in.
Mark, are you there? Sounds like you cut out.
It's weird. My mic keeps clicking off on me.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
so we'll start into the committee reports, starting with enforcement. And we'll start with Jill Cox since you're on the phone and have computer issues. Anything you guys did last month and anything you have coming up this month regarding enforcement?
Not this month, no.
Okay. All right. Moving on to Dan Niggersmith with Clearwater.
All right. Hey, Mark, how are you? Stan
Good.
Eggersmith.
You have anything from enforcement reports last month? And
What's
then
what was the question? I'm sorry, I was on the phone with somebody.
yeah, your phone's real choppy. Anything
Yeah,
for
what
the
we had
committee
was
report?
we did the DUI
Okay.
Wolfpack with you guys last month. We coordinated spring beach where we were working the. Yeah, no, there's it's real choppy. We did some investment on the McCall and really worked that every break. We did trains for the Phillies for spring training. That's about it.
Okay. Anyone else law enforcement that's on the line that I don't see? All right. For the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, so March 8th, we did the wolf pack for St. Patty's Day. For whatever reason, our PR department didn't put out the results. I was actually in attendance. I was out there helping them that night for a little bit. On March 23rd, what's that? God's damn phone still going off. On March 23rd, we had we attended the FDOT Awards. Blaine, do you want to talk more on that since you were there?
Yeah, we won a lot of stuff.
Okay.
We got some lasers, some tent meters. One of the guys I brought won a nice laser from Stalker, so that was good. It was a good meeting. The location was great. Food was good. That's about it.
Alrighty. Hopefully, at least the law enforcement agencies submitted their stats. They were due for the law enforcement liaison, law enforcement challenge awards that should be held, I think, at the end of July. So hopefully you submitted your stats for that because I believe the deadline was the end of March or March 29th, I believe. That's all for last month. This month, next week, we're hosting IPTM's pedestrian bicycle crash investigation class at the sheriff's building here on Overton. So you could still sign up for it. I'll be teaching that along with another instructor. They have a level 2 course that we're also hosting from April 22nd to the 26th. Both of those courses are free. So if you have the personnel to send your folks that are on a crash team, go ahead and send them. They're free. And then we have a traffic reconstruction level 2 course we're hosting from April 29th to May 5th. It's a week-long class. Again, that class is also, the registration is free as long as you can sacrifice your personnel to be gone for a week. That's all I have for us. Let's look and see if anybody joined in. On the law enforcement side, no. All right, we'll move on to engineering and bike ped. We'll start with bike ped. Brenton, do you have anything?
Sure. So I believe I talked about last month we were at the Fort Pinellas Bike Your City event in St. Petersburg. That was good. Coming up this Saturday, we're joining Fort Pinellas, and I believe some law enforcement agencies will be out there for the Trail Etiquette Day, talking to users about riding safely on the trail, crossing safely, passing out some safety items. Walk Like Mad, which is in Tampa on USF campus, but is now more of a regional event since they're not holding it in Pinellas anymore. That is April 19th. And I think that is all that we have at the moment.
Yeah, that was the Walk Like Mad in Tampa was delayed due to the weather, so rescheduled for April 19th. Yeah, so we changed not so much the venue, but the whole course of it. So instead of doing a walk for Mad this year, we're going to do a golf like Mad. I'll give you a preliminary date. We chose a venue. It's going to be held at Crescent Oaks Golf Club up in Tarpon Springs. And the tentative date is going to be October 14th with an 8:30 shotgun start. It's tentative right now. Larry Coggins from Mad is in the process of getting the contracts drawn up. So we'll see what the attendance does for that event. Because over the past couple of years, the attendance for the Walk Like Mad has dwindled each year. So hopefully we can bring the attendance back up by doing something different. All right, moving on to engineering. Ms. Stacks, you have anything with St. Pete?
Yeah, thanks. We are working toward developing a new Safe Streets and Roads for All grant application since that notice of funding opportunity was released by the federal government. So we'll be working on that, probably targeting an August submittal for that grant opportunity. Other than that, still working on getting a quote from the provider of those zippers for that bike lane buffer that we presented a couple months ago. They've been really slow to get that quote for us, but that's still a work in progress. And I think that's generally about all from my perspective. Other than I do have a new neighborhood transportation coordinator coming on board in the city of St. Petersburg to replace Brian Pizarro, who used to routinely attend these meetings. The gentleman's name is David Haggerty, and he'll be joining the St. Pete staff April 22nd. So I'll be able to introduce him at the next meeting.
Sounds good. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thanks.
All right, anyone else with engineering? I know there's a bunch of Clearwater guys.
Yeah, John has something he's like to share.
Yeah, I was going to jump in there, John. I was going to give Clearwater the opportunity. Pinellas County, we're working with Fort Pinellas in developing a corridor safety study on 49th Street. And this runs from 40th Ave North to 140th North. There's two specific focus areas, 40th Ave North to 62nd Ave North, and Ulmerton and Roosevelt. We've already talked about Ulmerton and Roosevelt. That was a different RSA that we did. This one is going along the same spot. So we're looking for stakeholders. If you're interested in being involved in that, please reach out to me. I'll put my email in the chat. Or if you can think of any stakeholders in the area that may not be obvious to us, we're also interested in that input. So I'll put my email in the chat and hope you get some good feedback. Thank you all.
Thank you. All right, Clearwater.
Hey, we got a couple pedestrian detection devices that we're about to install in the next couple weeks on some of our key roads within the city of Clearwater. So we're gonna do a pilot project and get those up and running, and then we'll see how the results turn out. But we're pretty excited about that project.
Awesome, thank you. Anyone else from engineering?
I'll just jump in and say that we also have the HVE this weekend happening on the trail. I know there's a bunch of law enforcement and other organizations involved, but that's going on this weekend on Saturday. So I'm sure I'll see some familiar faces out there, and if not, come on by. We'll be up in Dunedin.
All right. Anyone else from engineering? All right. Education, Joe, you got anything for us for the buses?
Oh, yes. My Tampa Road and 19th Street. I got a complaint from the Unity Church with the pastor that people are parking on the shoulder, dropping off their kids. And I also have a couple of lovely parents that are coming in the bus circle early in the morning. The SRO is aware of that. He had told them to kindly move and stop blocking up 19th Street and Tampa Road. But I worked it out with Palm Harbor Middle. The principal and the AP and the HBO have no problems with people parking in the visitor parking spots. They're designated areas. They could park there and have their students get from their car, probably about a lovely 500 feet to Tampa Road and get on the bus. It makes it safe for everybody concerned. But the pastor at Unity Church doesn't want to see people in a parking area anymore. She's not going to deal with it. The other one, I think Sergeant Daniel Negerschmidt was working on, which I know Blaine passed it over, on Sunset Point Road with my buses coming out of Paul B. Stevens in the afternoon, trying to make a left turn. So Daniel, even though you didn't give me a ticket, and it wasn't me, hopefully you were working on that solution.
We are still working on it, Joe. I didn't realize how many Joe Camaras there were in the county. Jeez. Yeah, no, we're working on it. We're not really seeing too much of a resistance there as far as, buses waiting. That's the problem.
Okay. Hey, whatever you can do, though, I appreciate your presence. You guys have really been tremendous. I can't compliment you enough. Blaine's been putting up with me over there. I got to give him 5 stars for that. And I know Sergeant Shade down in St. Petersburg has been doing an excellent job. 22nd Avenue South and 22nd Avenue North. People don't understand the school zone, and it means slow down when the lights are on. So, but you guys have been excellent. Mark, you got a great group of people under you. I can't compliment you enough.
Yeah, don't compliment me, compliment them. They're the ones out there doing the work.
Hey, Joe, I'm sorry to interrupt. Joe, I've been working Tampa Road and or Palm Harbor Middle about every day, so I'll look into that parking issue too.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Brandy Howard, do you have anything for education?
Just a couple things. I'm glad to report that our St. Pete office, which is our satellite office, has resumed full operations. We've had modified operations down there at that office since COVID. So it's fully operational as of last month, which is great. Our McConnell family vehicle that was involved in the DUI fatality back in 2010 is available for anyone's use. And we often get calls from SROs, which is great. I love the car to be out and about in the community, especially at schools and not in my front yard here on Court Street, though it gets some good visibility there too. But the car this week and next week is out at Countryside High School for their prom awareness campaign. So that's great. Lastly, we'll be at the VA stand down for homeless veterans this Saturday. We participate to provide resources and allow access for registration in our DUI program or traffic school at no cost to participants who have that need. That's all I have.
Perfect. Thank you, Brandy. Anyone else with education? All right. We'll move on to old business and talk about the problem location, which I think are still the same. Let me pull it up. I should have had it up. All right, the first one is school buses. Obviously, that's gonna always be there, at least during the school time. Any issues, specific issues that you're seeing, Joe, in certain locations?
Well, Blaine's taking care of the one on US 19 North and Highland Acres, because that's a handicapped student on a wheelchair. You know, I realize it backs up traffic some 6 or 8 miles. And I spoke to the driver. I says, when you drop those reds, cars that are in that left-hand lane, don't expect them to stop. They need to keep going because they have to adjust to what you're doing. So she's aware. She's going to try to open up the yellows a little bit further back to give them more warning. And then the rest of the areas are what they are. You know, that's all I have.
Yeah, Mark, we created a directed patrol for that as well. And I'm trying to include some of the patrol deputies and make them aware of it. So I think they're going to try to enforce that when I can't get out there.
Perfect. All right, move on to the light at Tarpon Mall. I saw gas in, it was either before the in-person meeting, but he said there was no update to it, so. And then the last one is the signal at Starkey, which, does anybody have any new locations that need to be added to this? That they're seeing issues at?
Nothing new.
Perfect. All righty. Next, we'll move to machine with the HSIP.
Good morning again. So as you know, the HSIP portal is up and running. Thank you for your applications. We are working on codes and funding right now. Cheryl knows we're working on the zipper style bike delineators code from Florida Transcore. I'm also waiting an application from Pinellas County on some pet heads. I think Cheryl, no, I'm sorry. Joan, you were talking about it one time, and then City of Clearwater with the RFBs. Just a reminder that if you are putting in an application for RFBs, that there needs to be a signed and sealed report, engineering report per Traffic Engineering Manual 5.2. If you need any helps with the report or the application, please let me know. I can always help. I don't know of any records of safe routes to school applications being submitted. I don't know if anyone here is working on it. If you are, you need any information or any help, please let me know. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you, Nishi. Does anybody have anything else for that portion of it? Nope. All right. We'll move on to the fatal map. So as of the end of March, we've had 28 fatal crashes with a total of 30 fatalities. This time last year in 2023, we had 29 crashes with a total of 31 fatalities. So we're kind of staying neck and neck with last year. I know this year has not been a very good year. Pedestrian fatals are down significantly, but the motorcycles went up. We had 8 this year so far, and as opposed to 3 last year. Our bicycles are down, and our vehicles are the same. Does anyone have any questions about the map? Comments or concerns? Listen, one thing I haven't noticed in a couple of months, and I don't know, maybe it's something I've forgotten, the bike trail counting for the Pinellas Trail.
Yes, it has not been included, and maybe I can just write her back and ask her if she
To
can
send
include
those?
that.
Yeah.
And then maybe
They've been having issues with their counters. We have similar counters in St. Petersburg, and we've been having trouble with them too. And their reliability, they're requiring a lot of maintenance right now. So it's possible that the quality of the data is not great. So that might be why Valerie and Kyle are not providing it. But so I do know that that's been a bit of an issue.
Yeah, I know that was an issue, in the southern portion of it, like in St. Pete. But yeah, if it's significant, then yeah, we don't need to talk about it if the numbers got to be overinflated or underreported.
And then I'll also ask her, Mark, to put the numbers on here.
Okay.
Just they're
Oh
gone.
yeah, on the actual map itself, yeah, because she includes it in the email, and I just write it down.
Yep.
Alrighty. All right, that concludes old business. Anything for new business? Open forum.
This is,
I'll-
oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I'll wait.
Yeah, Jim Hartwell with Element. Couple things. A few months back, I brought up, I know they were, FDOT and I think the county were working on the roundabout at Florida Avenue and Alt 19 with the consistent knocking down of the RFB that's on the northeast corner. Wondering to know if there's any progress on the replacement of that, if anyone has any information on that. It's still not up yet.
Yes, I have a little bit more information. DOT did do all of the utility locates to be able to move it back. They should be pouring a new base soon, and then Pinellas County will be putting back the RFB.
Okay, and then just another thing, maybe for Mark, Alt 19, in that same area probably north of the roundabout. I'm getting information of consistent people using the two-way left turn to pass and exceeding that 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. Is there can some focus be, done to try and curb that? I know that's probably going to be taken care of after the Triple R project that's due to start at some point this year. But in the meantime, people are doing this passing in that two-way left turn, which is, causing some people at locations to almost be in a head-on collision situation. So
I can look into that. I know just yesterday, the very same thing happened south of the roundabout, and one of the cars ended up hitting another car and crashed. So I can look into that. I work that area almost every day.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Blaine, and if you can, either reach out to Sergeant Green up there, or if you can, just put in direct to patrol and let them know.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, does anyone have anything else?
Yep, this is Melissa. So in the chats, I was looking at all the chats here. Peter put in the new spring 2024 safety newsletter. So that's in there. And that will be sent out, I believe, via e-blast here shortly. And then also we have apparently some new gals at FDOT safety office, and he put a beautiful Charlie's Angels, the safety angels in there. And
yeah, who's pictured in that? I can't really see it. It's really small.
I believe it's Ashley, Isabel, and I don't know the other person's
It's
name.
Laisha Behar. She's an intern here for us.
All right, so the three new safety gals.
Perfect.
Yep. And then let's see, anything else? And then Peter put in some information about fatalities in the US and road crashes have declined last year for NHTSA. But just an interesting statistic there in the chat.
Cool. Yeah, that should be the NHTSA. Should be the NHTSA report. Yeah, because they typically come out around this time. One new thing I do want to bring up, I just found out yesterday. So IACP, the International Association of Chiefs of Police, they publish a magazine called the Chiefs Magazine. And last August, when I was out there teaching my traffic supervision class, They selected my course to be published in their magazine, and my article is coming out in their April edition. It's kind of stoked for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yep, congrats.
All right, does anybody have anything else? All righty, well, we will see you next month on May 2nd for another virtual meeting. Everyone have a great rest of your week and weekend, and see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a listen.